Situations happen. Tell me how you feel about it. Let's talk about it. Topics of discussion. Tell me what's your view. And let's talk about it. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing. Rock truth. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing. Rock truth. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth. Situations happen. Tell me how you feel about it. Let's talk about it. Topics of discussion. Tell me what's your view. And let's talk about it. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing. Rock truth. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing. Rock truth. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth. Situations happen. Tell me how you feel about it. Let's talk about it. Topics of discussion. Tell me what's your view. And let's talk about it. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing. Rock truth. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing. Rock truth. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth.
Yo, it's a Rock True anniversary. We are celebrating 5 years. Oh my God, 5 years of Rock Truth. Rock Truth in the fifth, man. This is an amazing time. This is an amazing time. I am super de duper excited about 5 years. 5 years ago today, we filed the paperwork for Rock Truth, the existence of the company, the Kingdom Forward colonization movement. You know what I mean? And whoa, where this journey has taken me, taken others, um, is just it's unbelievable. You know, the many people that I have had the privilege and honor of serving and encountering and infecting and affecting their mind, heart with love, with change, um, with a grand new idea, you know, and how Rock Truth has actually changed my life. I knew it was the answer. I just didn't know how much of the answer it was for even myself, you know. Just to give you guys a little bit of history. Hold on, because I didn't do the official intro. Oh, welcome to Rock Truth. It's your girl, not Selena K. It's Mary. It's Mary. I not only have the proper idea, but I have my proper identification. It's Mary, man. Welcome to Rock Truth Radio. I am Mary, and we thank you for joining us as we rock truth, no matter the consequences. We live in a society today where truth before your very eyes is consistently questioned, it's criticized, it is altered to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom and for mankind. Listen to me. We seek to highlight upcoming and established king and queens of his caliber, man. Yo, just aiming and striving to rock truth in their very own way as well, man, as we all proceed back to origin, back to him, encouraging the being, that is what's fruitful and that is what multiplies. I am just excited, man. Yo, this journey that is Rock Truth, it started with myself. Will Be Done, Willie Joyner, man. Shout out to Willie Joyner, just a primary mindset and contributor, investor in me, in the dream that God had through me. And then KT, shout out to KT. I was talking to her earlier today, man. We were just kind of like strolling down memory lane from the different things that, from the beginning to where we are. And she like, I still got both shirts. One that started with just the three of us and it went to four of us. I'm like, yo, you got go, baby. Yeah. So um yeah, so KT, those were the original people that started Rock Truth Radio, and then we brought on JB, James Borum. Shout out to James Borum, and I remember before we started Rock Truth, my voice was heard for the first time on BZNZ Radio. Shout out to Tyron Joe, who gave me that opportunity. I can't even remember how I came across BZNZ Radio on Facebook, but man, when I heard the topic discussion regarding relationships, I knew I had an idea that was worth sharing and challenging. And his audience, himself, his panel, they were just blown away. And so I was like, yo, we got to do this. We got to jump this off. And so we attempted initially to start just simply a podcast. This is a 2020. What else was there to do, guys? We were all stuck in the house. And so right at the beginning of COVID, birthed, so many ideas, excuse me, for everybody, honestly, for everybody. And so Rock Truth was born. And we started, with Podbean. And we were going to, go live, grow live through Podbean. But every time we would attempt to actually grow live, like during rehearsals, it would work out. But when we would grow live, it would fail for some reason. And I'm just like, oh my God, we were getting extremely frustrated, we actually thought that we were just going to, do it for an audience of maybe 1 or 12, of our family and our friends. And God saw fit something different. So our first run out the gate in that frustration, I came across a ad from Radio Co. And I just simply said, hey, does anybody know how this medium works, and lo and behold, CL Smooth, who was one of the Wu-Tang DJs, he reached out to me. I didn't even know it was him. Oh my God, right? But that's me, because I'll just ask anybody anything. It don't matter. I talk. And so, one of the Wu-Tang DJs, he reached back out to me and was just like, hey, you know what? I can, tell you about the medium. I'll get back to you over the weekend. I was awaiting him, and then he got back to me and said that him and his wife like looked at our profile on Facebook, and they wanted to know if we wanted to join WBNZ Radio. And we went from an audience of 1 to 12 people, possibly, to 2.9 million out the gate, bro. Out the gate. Like this is all God, right? This is our first season of Rock Truth. And we did our first um it was the oh God, what is that? It's not the it's the pre-record. We did a pre-record with Eugene Napoleon. Shout out to Eugene Napoleon with Naptown Entertainment. And shout out to the East Coast, man. Just, so many things. Shout out to Naya. We Are Strong. She had one of the theme songs for Rock Your Queens. Shout out to them. We had the opportunity to just, talk to some extremely influential people out the gate. I met Miss Carolyn Wilson as well. Doing amazing things. Our very first pre-screen, we hit it off immediately. We were in a constant flow, and from that produced the fitness. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that in just a second, right? But out the gate, we started with WBNZ. Our first episode aired at the end of May. At the end of May, and we had featured Miss Melissa Borum on the show. She was the candidate that was running at that time. Actually, it was JB's sister, and so she was running in the Northwest Indiana area, and we wanted to definitely highlight her while there was still time for people to vote. And so that was our first show, man. And then from there, it just took off. We actually joined. Shout out to Miss Kim and the Black Business Connection. We joined the Black Business Connection. That was the year that we had our very first Juneteenth celebration, and so they held it at Hidden Lake in Maryville, Indiana, and we were one of or actually the media coverage for that event. Um, we covered a few influential Black people in our area. One thing about it, I can tell you this: we was the party. You know what I mean? Like everywhere we go, we the party. Like it was what it was. We had an amazing time, but it also gave us an opportunity to just see, what it is that we could do. Ever since then, we've been rocking with the Black Business Connection. I'm excited about that. They've been rocking with us. I'm excited about that. We met so many people through that venture, and then we grow into season 2 of Rock Truth Radio, and then that's when it grew. That's when it grew. We had so many different people on panel that was added. Shout out to Doc Ock. She joined us at that time. We had Scrown Round, Ivo the Grand Duke joined us, you know what I mean? Shout out to Amaru. I don't know if you guys saw the ad just a second ago when we opened up, but Amaru, before I was to create Rock Truth, he was in the background of my foreground, pushing me, telling me, you're going to do this. You have to do this, giving me the encouragement. Shout out to him. And as a paying homage and a thank you, and just showing my appreciation, I'm going to swing to him the interview that we have on Saturday with none other than Chairman Dr. Fred Hampton Jr. Let me tell you where this is just growing, okay? This is just growing to grand places, that I never thought I knew. We are going to be at Hampton House filming live with the Vibe Studios production team, man. I'm so excited. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to crew. And this is what God to do. This is where God take you. So don't forget, tune in, guys, this Saturday, 10 a.m. It will be aired on all of our different platforms. We will be live from Hampton House. Doing an interview with the chairman. This is just revolutionary for even us, So I'm excited about it. So we had Amaru join in. I remember there was a lot of Black Lives Matter issues and concerns happening at that time. Me and Amaru set out to do 16 shots. That was an influential piece that we added to the fold. I remember, again, candidates that were running that year. So Deion Cole, Cole was part of, a regular on the show, and he contributed grand. I still remember how we were cracking up laughing because his reception, his internet reception on his phone was horrible during one of the shows, and we are just cracking all types of jokes about his internet, and he couldn't hear nothing that we were saying. But I mean, it was phenomenal. We had a grand time. And Tamoyes joined us. She was our first rock truther. But she always been down with me. I've been training Tamoyes since 12 years old, man. Just an impressionable mindset, and She's definitely a protege of Rock Truth, and honored. And I'm thankful for you too, Queen. And then we moved into I cannot forget school teacher Miss Tanya. You know what I mean? She wanted to make sure that we stay in order and in obedience, and the Queens was covered and corrected, honey. And man, she was such a voice. She was such a voice. And we will be reaching out very soon as we continue the mission that is Rock Truth, from the radio to the cafe to the Diplomat Center to the school. And you being an educator, I definitely want you on board, Queen. So we move into the next sector of Rock Truth. We grow into season 3. And in season 3, we broke out into about 10 different shows. And them shows ran for a year and a half strong. Shout out to the team. Shout out to Sheeta Gadine. Shout out to Tyron Joe. Shout out to King Anthony Dwayne. Scrutinize this, man, that joined in. Who else? We had Miss Evelyn joined us. Shannon Starr. Who else? Who else? Miss Michelle was on board with us. My God, yo, we had Rock Youth, Rock Truth. We had Rock True Beats with none other than Marley King, man. We had Doc Ock with Rock True Science. We had Rock Single. I'm sorry, Rock Single was one of the hottest relationship shows, and we're actually bringing it back with the original panel, doing it tonight's conversation style. So be on the lookout for that. The title is Sex Responsibly. So this is a subject matter we haven't covered together, but we'll do the other subjects again seasonally. So look forward to that as well. It's imperative, especially in relationship, which is our job, right? Our main job, that you have the right idea. Rock true friendship or not, from theory to lab to life. It's imperative to have a relative key to get back home, a relative that helps make everything around you that is noise sound again, man. Shout out to Tay Larry, man, who is, man, Mr. Rock True Beats himself, who helped with that theory in principle law, man. Thank you, brother. So we had these shows running. That was Rock Single. Then we had Rock True Queen. Shout out to AJ Snaps. AJ Adams in the building. Shout out to Nikisha Spiller, man. That was back in the day when she was spilling drip. Man, all over Rock Truth and Rock True Queens, man. She eventually joined us with Representative Priestley's, which is down the line, and we'll talk about slightly. And then we moved to man, the original Rock Truth show, where, hey, if anybody wants to join on that Friday, we can just go ahead and grow for it. And then we had Rock Truth Fitness. Shout out to Carl Witherspoon and Rock Truth Fitness. Man, shout out to Miss Megan, who also joined us with the fitness team. Who else? So many people. We had Rock True Cafe Live. Back again with Doc Ock and myself, and we were showing you how to cook. That's another show that's coming back very soon, guys. We got some stuff that's coming back. We have an entire production team behind us, along with a distribution deal. Yo, it's popping. Yeah, Mary popping. Yeah, it's popping, right? I am so excited. God, just everything that He has done, man, and the word on the street is because of my obedience, my OB. Why? Because He said so. And so just simply being obedient to God, being who He said I was and not who I decided I wanted to be, i.e. Selena K. Selena K is to Mary what Effie White is to Dita on Dreamgirls, man. You're talking about quantity versus quality, a quality product. And that's exactly what the brand that is Mary represents and brings to Rock Truth and Rock True Nation. She been birthing, or rather rebirthing nations. And so stay with us on that. And let's see, we had Jate Tay, who was the first manager of Rock Truth Radio. Thank you, my queen. She brought on with her Miss Thomas. Thank you so much. Rock Youth, Rock Truth. We had God, I'm looking dead at you. You know I'm looking at you, Coats. You know I'm looking at you, Coats Inc. You know I'm looking at you. I can't think of the first name. Jesus, I'm horrible with names, guys. But you know, you were there, Queen. You were a part of us. Thank you again for everything that you've done. Um, but Tay, she came down here and visited with me. Spent time in Gary. I mean, almost a week. Didn't leave. We had an amazing time. And I thank you, Queen. You are family. You are my friend. You my best friend. Sis. Like I miss y'all. I love y'all. You know. Oh God. And then out of that spiral, so many different shows that they have done on their own. You know, which is that's absolutely amazing within itself. Man, again, shout out to Tay Tay, the first manager of Rock Truth Radio, and you did an amazing job. And then uh, we went on to our next venture and sector of Rock Truth. Prior to the previous year, the next year, I'm sorry, in 2021, we celebrated Rock Truth by opening Rock Truth Cafe. So we actually went from the radio to the cafe. And again, shout out to Carl Weatherspoon and KT and Tamoys. And we did our first event in Maryville, and we rocked, man. That everybody just talked about the food and the service. You know, it was with a smile, and it was royal treatment that we provided. And then we actually obtained our cupcakes from Christina's son, Caleb. He had Caleb's Bakery. We ended up interviewing him. Man, he brought us our cupcakes and stuff, and you know it was just one party. We ended up giving away a lot of stuff, and then we ended up profiting a lot as well. So shout out to Miss Chrissy Pooh. Thank you for your edification. I've already left you a message as well today. Thank you for edifying me, building me up, praying for me, sis. It's necessary, and especially in these times, heavy is the head that wears the crown, Queen. And you got to know sometimes it get rather heavy, and speaking of heavy, in the midst of all of that, um, I became homeless displaced. Shout out to Carl Weatherspoon who opened his home to me. Shout out to Reese who opened her home to me. Reese, I love you, sis. I can't even express everything, all of the support and love that you've had for me, for Rock Truth, for my purpose, my being, your prayers, your covering. I'm extremely grateful, so alongside with the cafe, shout out to Kelvin Bride, and Rest in Heaven King. Kelvin Bride had in the cup in East Chicago, and we were doing a pop up at the First in the Feast, First in the Feast and First in the Fest. I'm sorry, at in Miller, and Kelvin came along, and he heard that we didn't have a home, and he housed us. He moved his stuff right on over and allowed us to offer the lawfully healthy options on his menu. So now we were Rock True in a cup. You know what I mean? It was grand, and we're forever grateful to you, my king. Thank you, uh, brother. You are missed. You are loved. This brother taught me how to dance in the street. Okay, we did Wicked and Whiting one year, just selling the popcorn and lemonade. They loved us. Everybody gave us rave reviews. We had people dancing in the street. Okay, and he showed me how to just be free, just to be right. It was like the jump off, the catalyst for it. I thank God. I've always had extremely grand men in my life. Shout out to Cato Brick Jr. Rest in heaven, my king as well. Um, you made one heck of a deposit of your skeletal remains in me. And I carry that alongside with everything that you provided as a father, as a friend, as a pastor in my life. And could never, never, forever a Brookian, could never forget or be forget what you've done, not only for me, for my family, through me, the way you love my son, and assured he was all right. And I always tell you, TJ is okay. Actually, the last time I saw you in the hospital, I let you know TJ is All right, and he is. He turned 18 this year. Shout out to my baby. My daughter, 16, Abrielle Barack. Abrielle Barack. Oh my God. Listen, shout out to my family, the support team that is my family. Shout out to my sister, Shantae. You got the message today. My expressed love and appreciation for your devotion to rock truth in the movement. I mean, this queen, she would scrape up anything she had to make sure I was gassed up. You know what I mean? Literally though, like I had gas in the car to get where I needed to go. I was gassed up, period, just to go, right? And the many sacrifices you've made for me to be educated, go to school, and um, be in the know, and to get the idea that was rock truth out. You know what I mean? You're like a midwife, but my best friend and my sister. So I'm honored and I'm grateful. So that's Rock Truth Cafe, and Kevin Bride was who I was initially talking about, and then we grow into a new sector of Rock Truth, and that was Rock True Live, man. And I looked around. I asked questions. Hey, has any minority, woman, black person in Gary, Indiana, ever had a live talk show? And nobody said there was. They said it was a one guy, an older white guy, but it wasn't a minority. And so I still claim to be the very first person to offer a live talk show in Gary, Indiana. Shout out to the Miller Beach Comedy Theater that housed us. Daryl, man, shout out to you, man. Shout out to all the comedians that were there. Big June, Coffee Black, Kay Francis, man. Man, it's just so many people. Freddie Love, man. Shout out to your wife, man, Lisa Renee, which was also part of the Rock True Live crew. So it was Miss Lisa as well as Persia Doll, babe. You know what I mean? We were doing grand things live, with an audience. It was pretty cool. Our anniversary that particular year, we had a fashion show. We had several different guests, one in which was Louise Terry. Shout out to Louise Terry. Okay, huge supporter of Rock Truth. I love you, babe. Everything that you've done for us. Every time I needed you, you showed up. Every conference we had, shout out to the different conferences we would have every single year, annual addresses that we would give, man, to the people that showed up, bro. It was just, it means the world to me. Thank you so much for believing in him, enough in him to believe in the endeavor that I have in my heart. Man, shout out to Queen Cease. Like I'm missing names. I know the names, but it's Ricky C's wife. Like I listen, you are also a grand supporter of everything that we have done. I thank you, Queen. Many blessings to you and his endeavor in ministry. Grow forward, grow far. You know, trying to look back and making sure I'm not missing anything. Shout out to Deontay Glover. Deontay Glover with Healthy in Space, man, one of the first branding contracts that I had. Thank you for giving me a chance, brother. I like all the work that you had me to do, plus the work that we have ahead. I'm excited about that. Just different writing things, different business ventures that we're taking place in, which leads me back to Nate, because I met Nate at In a Cup, and then again, alongside with Deontay in a cup, and then again with Deontay. And so now we're all working together again. So this is amazing. And so we did Rock Truth Live, and then we went into Rock Truth Comedy. And Rock Truth Comedy, I met him, not my him, not my him. The Sierra him, but I met him. I met God's King, He was rocking truth, man. He was the king of rock true comedy. We were talking earlier today. I called him. Shout out to Dr. J, the comedian. I called him earlier. We were talking. I called him to pray for me, pray for the ministry. He is one of the people I trust with my life, to protect me and not prey on me, to be my friend, to be my brother, to be my partner in ministry as we grow forth, man, covering ground. This kingdom colonization movement, it ain't no joke. It cost us everything that we had. We had to rock true. We had to learn how to lay down our lie and our lifestyle in every way, shape, or the form for our friend. And it started with being a friend to ourselves so that we can be friends to each other and friends to other people. But we ain't lying no more. We ain't lying no more. You know what I mean? Like we just that's dead, bro. That's dead. And now we can grow out and represent him well. We're looking forward to doing a conference. Be on the lookout called Siki. It's the Kingdom Conference. Because we want to teach you the principal laws of the kingdom. We're giving you a man tour of the kingdom, man. We want everybody who desire, the whosoever, to be cultured, and also learn how to lay down a lie in a lifestyle, bro. So shout out to Dr. J, the comedian. We did Rock True Comedy, and then that moved into the Ministry of Laughter, and then that moved us into another sector of Rock Truth, which is Rock True Productions, where we did the Priestleys, representing the Priestleys, which is a sitcom that was written by us both and produced and directed by us, as well as Nate. We connected with Miss Sheila and Michael White with Road to Eternity. And they're also the production team that's behind us currently with a lot of the different projects that we're going to be doing this year. I'm very excited about what's ahead and what's to come. But we filmed it. That mean that we expanded more. So shout out to Smooch Wallace, who joined us as one of the main casting crew on the Priestleys. And then shout out to Tasha Tosh. She joined us as well. Man, we had so many people on crew there as well. Nate was there. Man, that we ended up meeting Ron Reed. Shout out to Ron Reed. BNO, what you know what I mean? This is how we meet all of them. And Ron Reed came to the red carpet event that we had for the Priestleys, and he was there doing the red carpet interviews. And then from there, man, it took off. I also want to say thank you to you, brother, because if it wasn't for you agreeing to just be my roommate, like I wouldn't be living in this absolutely amazing home now. I'm so excited about it. It's the dream come true. It's a rock true dream come true. So thank you, brother. Thank you to Life Coach Jeff, the Vibe Studio, the entire Vibe Studio crew. Now Nate, now Dr. J, and just really excited about this. And so just wanted to give you a little bit of Rock True history. And this is where we are today. We came back with Rock True Radio on Sundays, thanks to Al Greer. He was the voice of Nightcap forever, right? Whispers in the Dark and everything. Infamous radio personality in Chicago. Thank you so much for believing me, giving me an opportunity and a chance on your platform. And that airs 9 a.m. on Sundays. And so now as we move into the new stage of Rock Truth again, man, shout out to Amaru with Black Butterfly Podcast. We have officially because of Whoa Boy, baby. Shout out to Whoa Boy. Thank you so much, Whoa. We have the interview with Chairman Dr. Fred Hampton Jr. this Saturday at 10 a.m. live at Hampton House, man. You don't want to miss this. This is infamous. And from here, we're growing higher. We're moving out of different realms and circles, so that we can take our place, in his story, in his story. You know what I mean? And then following that, we have some women in gospel that I'll be interviewing. Doing International Women's Week, Miss Melinda Baker and Miss Tammy Jennings, as well as Dania Rogers and Brenda Leah and Burnett Lemons. This is what I'm saying. We've come across all of these different people. Oh my God, I got to meet Kukua. That's RockTruth Fitness. I got to meet Kukua there from Ghana. I got to shout out to Dr. Kelly with the Black Business Expo USA. I got to meet people in the UK because of Miss Carolyn Wilson. Shout out to Haley. Oh God, wrote a book. Was in his story too, or rather her story too. Thank you to Miss Carolyn Wilson. And then we got some people in Barbados. We got some people in the Bahamas. We got some, Rock Truth has treaded territories my feet have yet to touch. Shout out to our very first international guest that we had. God, it just came to me. Oh God, I'm looking dead at your name. This is what I've been talking about. I can't stand it. But anyway, you know who you are. She was out of the UK as well. And so thank you so much to everybody that makes Rock Truth the success that it is. Thank you to everybody who's currently here in position. Everything is God. So if he rearranged parts for his name's sake, that means that you were here and you no longer are. It's just God. Like, it's just a movement. It's what he desired. It's his grand pleasure for the people to serve in the capacity they are to. So fret not about, anything, no hard feelings, no nothing. Hey, nah, this ain't even supposed to be in your feelings. Like get out of your feelings and stop operating in your feelings and function in his spirit and in Rock Truth, man. No matter the consequences. We went from Rock Truth to absolutely nothing at all. Rock Truth or absolutely nothing. Rock Truth. Ain't no options, bro. Ain't no options. I ain't got another option. That's it. And now it's just Rock Truth no matter the consequences. And so I'm grateful. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you again. Rock Truth support. If you guys want to donate to Rock Truth, if we have been helpful, especially in printing. I was looking at a bunch of people stuff, and I've helped a lot of people with branding, marketing, logos, banners, t-shirts. Like, yo, like, hey, we outside and we been outside. Like, so man, please, you see this post, you see this video, show love in the comments. I would definitely love to hear from you. I need the encouragement. I need the edification. I would love to know how I met you. If I did forget about you, I would love to just hear from everybody who has been impacted, infected, and affected by Rock Truth Radio. At the time, Selena K, and now her, she who is married. Yeah, they hitting up like between that and my bed. I gotta go. So please, guys, if I leave you with nothing else to reconsider this year, I ask you to ask yourself, what if you have the wrong idea? What if you concluded something simply because you started with the wrong idea and you began to finance that era with your attention? I'm just saying, rethink everything. Rethink it all. I mean, everything you were taught, everything you believe, man. Rethink it, challenge it, assure that it applies in every aspect of government so that it is truth and not a fact. Facts change, truth don't. It's on a constant. You know, have the guts, have the intestinal fortitude to lay down your lie, your life, your lifestyle for a friend, for yourself, which is a friend, for God, who is your friend, so you can do it for others, man. Stop lying. We got to stop lying. We got to stop living lies. It ain't getting us nowhere. It doesn't benefit us. It doesn't profit. And you got to be honest with yourself, man. It start with some form of accountability for you to be like, you know what? Nah, I can't do this. I can't do this no more, I can't do this no more. I can't live a lie anymore. So more things to come. Thank you again to everybody who has been a part of this journey, and so much more. Um, rock truth, rock true, no matter the consequences. Shout out to True North, our clothing line and brand, to hold you down so you always know where you are. Rock Truth, or True North, I'm sorry. The original point of reference, God's original point of reference. Lord Jesus, for all things to come through eternity. It's so many different phrases. All right, y'all. Peace.
We gon' rock the truth, or absolutely nothing. Rock truth, conversations fuel the mind, current and right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth. We gon' rock the truth, or absolutely nothing. Rock truth, conversations fuel the mind, current and they right on time. Or absolutely, it's us, it's you. You rock the truth.
Yeah, man. Revelation is truth. Truth is not information. Remember that. Peace.